Guys, the last few days have been very interesting for me, to say the least. Now, as you all know, Donald Trump won the election. I'm not going to dive too deep into politics here. I have a political channel, Political Cinema. So if you want to know my thoughts on politics, you can go subscribe to that channel. But as I was saying, Donald Trump won the election. And there's kind of been like a weird vibe in the air. Because don't get me wrong, a lot of people are happy, but some people are upset as well. And in the area where I live, the weather's been kind of bad, rainy and cloudy. Everyone is already on edge because we're nearing the end of hurricane season. We've all gotten hit with multiple hurricanes, and we're hoping that it's over for this year. But there's a storm out there brewing, so we're all kind of on edge, wondering how that's going to go. And then, of course, you have this historical election. Everyone's kind of trying to feel people out, you know what I mean? Because people are expecting people to act crazy about this election. You know, some people are going to be upset. Some people are going to be happy. Crazy people on both sides may do crazy things. So everyone's kind of patiently waiting to feel everyone out. The roads are kind of empty. No one's really at the grocery store. The lines at the fast food restaurants are non-existent. Just for like the past couple of days, things were kind of weird. So I decided that I was going to go visit my friend in South Carolina. Now, usually when I drive, I listen to podcasts. And this time it was no different. I was driving along, minding my business, listening to my podcast, and then my phone dies. And I had forgotten that my car charger broke during the last time I went out of town. So I'm like SOL, right? I could stop at the gas station, buy a new charger, but I'm like, hey, I think I got this. I think I remember the directions. I'll be okay. But I get bored. I want to listen to something. So I'm going through the radio stations. Mind you, I don't live in South Carolina. So my radio stations are totally different where I live. So I'm going through the radio stations trying to find one that works. And as I'm flipping through the radio, I come across this one station that's really fuzzy, but I hear this warning. A warning about something about escaped lab monkeys. Watch out for escaped lab monkeys. Some type of monkeys escaped from some type of scientific lab. And I couldn't really make out everything they were saying because it was a fuzzy radio station. And I'm clicking through the radio station so fast that I click forward like 3 stations before it even registers in my mind what I just heard. You get what I'm saying? Like I go to one station and it's fuzzy, a fuzzy warning that you can hardly even make out, something about lab monkeys and being careful. And I'm like, oh, what in the hell is going on here, right? Like literally it took me about 30 seconds for it to even register in my mind what I just heard. Now, by the time I flip back to that radio station, whatever they were talking about, they weren't talking about it anymore. So now I'm driving along, questioning myself like, wait, did I really just hear that? Did I hear something about lab monkeys escaping and that I need to be careful? You know, I'm questioning myself. I'm like, I had to hear that wrong. Or maybe it was just some type of funny radio commercial. I don't know what's going on. Now, mind you, my cell phone is dead. So it's not like I could look up any information to find out what's going on. So I'm just driving. I'm looking around. I'm looking at the trees like, wait, what is going on here? And you got to understand, like I said, my phone's dead. So I have no idea what type of monkeys these are. I don't know where they're at. And I think I know the way to my friend's house. But I don't have my GPS, so now I'm second questioning myself. Like, hey, am I going the right way? Am I going to take a wrong turn and end up in the planet of the freaking apes? What in the hell is going on? I knew that things would be crazy after the election, but I did not predict a monkey outbreak, a lab monkey outbreak. So I'm kind of low-key, like kind of nonchalantly freaking out, while I'm driving to my friend's house. Luckily, I remembered the way. I get there, okay? But where my friend lives, it's not like you can just pull up in their driveway. You kind of have to park a little ways down the street, and you have to walk through this little park with all of these trees just to get to their house. So I'm walking through this park, and there's like rustling in the leaves. You know what I mean? And obviously, maybe it's just squirrels, maybe it's just Peanut's friends, right? There's squirrels everywhere. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about what I heard on the radio. Wait, are these escaped monkeys in the trees? So I'm literally power walking up to my friend's house, looking in the trees, paranoid about freaking monkeys. So I get in my friend's house and I ask him almost immediately, hey, did you hear anything about escaped monkeys and stuff? And he looks at me like I'm crazy. Now, mind you, I always joke around. I'm not ever that serious. I may seem really serious in some of my YouTube videos, but I'm a really jokey, kidding around type of guy. So my friend wasn't even taking me seriously when I'm asking him and telling him about what I heard on the radio. Well, a few moments later, of course, I charge my phone. We turn on the news, and it turns out there was a massive outbreak of dozens of monkeys not too far from where we were. So now I'm sitting here like, okay, I knew that I heard the freaking radio right. I'm not crazy. There are freaking monkeys out here, bro. So we're looking at each other like, whoa, this is some wild stuff. And then they issue a warning. Now, mind you, folks, this warning wasn't, hey, if you see a monkey, approach it with caution, or, hey, be careful out there. Don't approach any of the monkeys if you see one. The warning was like, hey, stay inside, lock your doors, and lock your windows. So we're looking at each other like, what in the f is going on? What do you mean? Lock our doors and lock our windows? So you're telling me that these escaped lab monkeys are going to start jumping through people's windows and opening their front doors and running in their house? So we're like locking up everything. We're making sure everything's good. Because that's the warning, folks. They didn't come on, the news and say, hey, everyone, these monkeys have, gotten out and, be careful. No, they literally said, people, lock your doors, lock your windows. The monkeys are out here. So I'm just sitting here. Mind you, this is post-election. We're all kind of waiting for something crazy to happen. And what I thought was going to happen didn't happen. Meanwhile, when I'm thinking I'm going to have a peaceful day with my friend before I hop back into all of the madness covering all of this crazy stuff on YouTube, I think I'm going to have a peaceful day. But no, I am trapped in a home worried about a freaking monkey invasion. So hours pass by. Finally, it comes time for me to leave. And when I tell you that my big ass ran faster than you can imagine to my car, I'm telling you, I could have probably qualified for the Olympics. Well, let me not take things that far. I could have probably qualified for the Special Olympics. If y'all saw me and how fast I was getting to my car, y'all would be proud. You have never seen someone my size move that fast. But I was not about to fall victim to any radioactive, lab-tested freak monkeys, okay? But even when I got into my car, it was just like the realization really set in like, whoa, this is actually real. So with that being said, now that you know what I was going through, let's go ahead and roll this clip so you can learn a little bit more about what happened, and then I'll be back to discuss this issue a little bit.
40 monkeys that escaped from the Alpha Genesis facility in Yemisi. WJCL 22 News' Kyron Naveau live in the Low Country, keeping his head on a swivel with those primates on the run. And of course, this is a public safety alert. Kai, what is the latest on these missing monkeys?
Well, Frank, good morning. So yeah, like you mentioned, 40 monkeys escaped from the Alpha Genesis facility. It happened around 9:45 last night, and police are asking anyone to just, if they see them, to stay away, and that's why we're here at the municipal complex here in Yemassee. But here's what police are doing right now to find those monkeys. Like I mentioned, 40 monkeys escaped 9:45 last night, and currently police have placed traps all around the area to capture those monkeys. Now, so far, I have no idea what those traps actually look like, and we're trying to get more information about that. But police are also utilizing on-site thermal imaging cameras in an attempt to locate these monkeys. Now, the monkeys are used at the facility for biomedical research. And this isn't the first time those monkeys actually escaped from the Alpha Genesis facility. Back in 2016, 19 monkeys made a break from the compound, but they were all captured about 6 hours later. Now, residents are being asked to lock their doors, lock their windows, and if they see these monkeys, to just stay away and call police. Now, we're trying to make some contact with the local police here to get any update on if they captured any, but so far we have not heard back. Live in Yemassee, I'm Kyron Naveau. Back to you, Frank.
All right, Kai, again, good update, good news. If you see a monkey, if one comes to your door, don't answer it. Call 911. All right, Kai, thanks so much.
So if you're wondering, where has Cinema Shogun been? Why hasn't he uploaded a video? Well, for one, I was celebrating. And for two, I literally spent most of the day yesterday hiding out from monkeys that escaped from a biolab. And that sounds weird for me to say. Like, as I say this, I'm sitting here literally like, wait, this is my reality now. This is something I talk about on YouTube that other people go through. I'm not supposed to be going through this. Yet here I was, or there I was, scared for my freaking life running to my car. But you got to understand, folks, these monkeys that escaped, it's not like monkeys escaping a zoo, which is scary as well. No, they escaped a research lab where they were doing God knows what with these monkeys, injecting these monkeys with God knows what. Who knows what these things are carrying? And now I'm looking at South Carolina like, hey, is this going to be the new breeding ground for whatever new disease that they come up with? Because you got 40-something freaking lab monkeys that were specifically used to be tested with these diseases and medicines and stuff like that. I honestly can't even get into the full details because there's certain words we can't say here. It involves jabs, if you know what I mean. So these aren't your average normal monkeys. You know, these are lab monkeys, like lab rats. Lord knows what they've been, exposed to. Lord knows what they can give to you, right? So now I'm wondering, okay, what in the hell is going on here? Because the monkeys have not been found. I want you all to understand that. The monkeys have not been found. Now, this has happened before, and they found the monkeys last time, but as of right now, the monkeys are still out there in South Carolina. And who knows what they're interacting with. Of course, maybe they may come across some humans, but you also have to worry about what other animals are they interacting with. Are they passing off diseases to other animals? So when these monkeys get captured, do we have to worry about other diseased animals out here? These are questions we need to ask, especially after what we went through, with the lockdowns just a few years ago. I know it seems like it was forever ago, but it wasn't that long ago. And the last thing I want to be hearing about in a couple of months is how, we all got to shut it down again, folks. It's because of the crazy monkeys in South Carolina. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my eye on this story, and I'll keep you all updated. But for now, I'm lucky to be alive. You're lucky to have me here because those monkeys could have gotten me very easily. So go ahead, drop your comments below, share the video, like the video, and I'll be talking to you all very soon if these monkeys don't get me.